Begin with developing news from the King family. Dexter King, the youngest son of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Mrs. Coretta Scott King, has died. Thanks so much for joining us today for Fox 5 News at 4. I'm Christine Spiro. News of the 62-year-old's death came this afternoon from the King Center. Fox 5's Alex Whitler joins us from the live desk with more. Alex.
Yeah, Christine, Dexter King's wife says he died peacefully in his sleep after what the King Center calls a valiant battle with prostate cancer. His wife of 11 years, Leah Weber King, went on to say, as with all the challenges in his life, he faced this hurdle with bravery and might.
So it's a sad day for me to have to report that the youngest son of Dr. King, Dexter Scott King, has passed away in his home from prostate cancer at the age of 62. The King Center has announced that Dr. Dexter Scott King, the youngest son and third child of Dr. King, Martin Luther King Jr., Coretta Scott King, has died. King died on January 22nd at the age of 62 after a vigilant battle with prostate cancer, according to the King Center. He transitioned peacefully in his sleep at home with me in Malibu, says his best friend of 21 years. His strongest supporter and wife of 11 years, Leah Weber King. He gave it everything and battled this terrible disease into the end. As with all the challenges in his life, he's faced this hurdle with bravery and might, she said. His sister, Reverend Dr. Bernice King, a CEO of the King Center, stated, "Words cannot express the heartbreak I feel from losing another sibling. I'm praying for strength to get through this very difficult time." His brother, Martin Luther King III, added, "The sudden shock is devastating. It is hard to have the right words at a moment like this. We ask for your prayers at this time for the entire King family." Born in Atlanta on January 30th, 1961, he was named after Dexter Avenue Baptist Church in Montgomery, Alabama, where his father served his first pastorate. He was the second born son to Dr. and Mrs. King and was only 7 years old when his father was assassinated in Memphis in 1968. And I remember they were saying that he was watching TV when he seen it come across the TV that his father was assassinated. Like his father, he grew up in Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta, where his grandfather served as pastor. He was a graduate of Frederick Douglass High School, where he played football and participated in many other school organizations. He then followed his father's footsteps at Morehouse College in Atlanta. The son of a civil rights icon, was the family member delegated to take on the mantle of continuing the precedent his father set by legally protecting his work. He devoted his life to the continued perpetuation of his father's legacy and the protection of his intellectual property his father left behind. At the time of his death, Dexter served as both chairman of the King Center and president of the King Estate, becoming well-versed in intellectual property law. And its management and licensing was the result of his dedication to the delegated tasks and the memory of both his father and mother. Known to be humble about his uncanny resemblance to his father, he portrayed him in 2022 television movie, The Rosa Parks Story. The actor had a love for the creative arts and initially relocated to California to pursue a career in acting. But the family duty called and he answered, living out the rest of his life balancing both his love for the arts and duties to the King family legacy. At a private ceremony in July 2013, he married his best friend and longtime partner, Leah Weber, who was a New Orleans native, former broadcast journalist, entrepreneur, and consultant. Together, they built a life of love, support, and unconditional love, much like that of Dexter's mother and father. He was preceded in death by his father in 1968, his mother in 2006, and his sister Yolanda in 2007. He is survived by his loving and devoted wife of 11 years, Leah Weber King, and his sister Bernice A. King, and his brother Martin Luther King III, and his niece Yolanda Renee King. The King family requests privacy at this time and will respond to the media inquiries following a press conference planned Tuesday, January 23rd at 10 p.m. The King Center's Yolanda D. King Theater inside Freedom Hall. A memorial service will be announced at a later time. You know, it's a sad day. I always held the King family in high regard. With Martin Luther King, being assassinated in 1968, his brother A.D. King being assassinated in 1969, Dr. King's mother being assassinated in a church in 1974. I mean, what this family sacrificed for the black community is you can't express in words, and what they've been through and what Dr. King's father had to endure, watching both of his sons be taken away for the liberation of our people, for the fight of our people. It breaks my heart to this day that some people in our community disrespects this family and say that they let the black community down. But Dr. King, most of you people out there that are detractors of the King family, you wouldn't dare even attempt to do the work that they do. You don't have the heart to lead the missions that they led, or sacrifice their life for our people. 1969, A.D. King was found face down in the pool, after the death of his brother. So when I see Dexter King, who was the son, and they wanted him to press on and be like his father, but he was a different personality. He took care of the intellectual property. He made sure that Dr. King's name stays relevant. And, shout out to him. He's going to be missed. Like I said, this family holds a dear spot for me in my heart. I respect this family and what their legacy represents. They had just lost a sibling not too long ago. It's a powerful thing. I think that we lose sight of, as black people, of what this family represented and what went on in Selma, and the struggle that Dr. King, the fight that Dr. King did for our people. The speeches that he had, the movements. A lot of the rights that we got today comes from the thought process of Dr. King. And not just that, the last 2 years of his father's life before he passed away, how Dr. King began to speak out against certain things before he was murdered. So like I said, this family is in the black community, especially for black Americans, is royalty to me. Some of y'all may disagree, but if y'all do, y'all can beat it from my channel, because I'm a supporter of the King family. I love the King family. I honor and respect Dr. King, and I honor and respect his children. I might not always agree with certain things that Bernice may have said or Dexter may have said, but I honor and respect his children because I honor and respect their parents. I honor and respect the sacrifices that they made for us. So on this day, I want to say rest in peace to Dexter Scott King. My condolences go out to his wife. My condolences go out to his living siblings. He didn't have any children, but I feel as though a large portion of the black community will mourn his death. Another king is being laid to rest. So leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Like, subscribe, and share to Street Media TV. And remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.